ओके, तो आज का एजेंडा क्या है? हम एक्सरसाइज 17C कर रहे हैं. दिस इज क्लास 9th Selina ICSE board. The Selina book that I am referring to is the latest edition. It is a 2020 edition. Now this will be useful for ICSE class 9 circle, people who are doing circles, and this lesson will also be useful for CBSE students also. So in CBSE also they have a circles chapter. Of course, the quality of questions will be better in ICSE board. Okay. Now, before we start exercise 17C, there are a few results that I need. Now, I need to prove these results because uh, I'll be using these results in exercise 17C. I'll be using the same results in exercise 17B. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, you can refer to my previous videos where I've done exercise 17A and B also. You can refer to those videos also. Okay. तो फर्स्ट रिजल्ट जो हमारे पास है, जो फर्स्ट थ्योरम हमारे पास है, वो है इक्वल आर्क्स कट इक्वल कॉर्ड्स. दिस इज द रिजल्ट वन, ए पार्ट. एंड रिजल्ट बी इज equal chords cut equal arcs. Okay, so let us understand. See, what you need to understand, this is what I call as a arc. This is an arc, and this straight line is a chord. So, what is being referred to as here is that in a circle, in this circle, if I have arcs, equal arcs. So if APB, if arc APB, this is the symbol of arc. If arc APB is equal to arc CQD, that implies that the chords are also equal. AB is equal to CD. Second result is, okay, the second result is that if there are equal chords, so if there are equal chords, that is basically this result is the inverse of this result. So this B result, what it says is that two chord if two chords are equal, if AB is equal to CD, that implies that the arcs, the APB arc is equal to CQD arc, CQD arc. We'll discuss about these arcs and chord in the lecture again. So don't worry if you have any doubt. We'll be discussing this in detail again in next 5-10 minutes. Okay, here is the second result. The second result is that I have this I have the circle. In this circle, I have equal arcs. Arcs subtend equal angles. I have two arcs APB and arc DQC. Now they subtend equal angles at the center. I have been given that the angle subtended by this arc at the center is theta, and the angle subtended by this arc, this arc is again theta. Now what I do is to prove this, small proof. What I do is I join this. I join this. Now from this result, from this result, from this result, it is obvious. It is obvious that arc, this arc angle is theta. This angle is theta. This angle is theta. I know that OA is equal to OB is equal to OD is equal to OC. All these four are the radius. So this, this are radii. Now these are radii. Then by SAS, the triangles are congruent. Which triangles are congruent? These two triangles. This triangle and this triangle is congruent. Now these two triangles are congruent. So what I have proved is by CPCT that this is equal to this. Now if if the chords are equal, if chords are equal, then arcs will be equal. Arcs will be equal. And this is what I have proved. I hope this is clear. Yes. Now we have the inverse of this. Now what I have been given is that arcs are equal. Arcs are equal. That means that APB is equal to. This is how I'm referring to an arc. So this arc APB. This arc is equal to arc DQC. Now if arcs are equal, by this result, if arcs are equal, chords are equal. So this chord AB would be equal to this chord CD. Now again I take two triangles. I take triangle this and I take triangle this. And so now what do I have? I have that this side is equal to this side. This side, this side, this side, this side. As I had mentioned previously, all these four are radii. This is R, this is R, this is R, this is R. Therefore, triangle OAB is congruent to triangle ODC. Therefore, CPCT, ICPCT, ICPCT, theta is equal to alpha. Theta is equal to alpha. Now, theta and alpha, see, please understand, theta and alpha are angles subtended by chords at the center. Please note that angle AOB and angle DOC are angles subtended by arcs at the center. Basically, in these two results, they are inverse of each other. Now, I'll be using these two results. Now, I won't be proving them again. I'll be using these two results when I'm solving exercise 17C. Now, we'll spend a bit of time here. Now, imagine all these circles. Circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, circle 4. All of them are equal circles. Just remember this. That four circles, these four circles, 1, 2, 3, and 4, they are equal. Just remember this. So, let's start. And you'll understand what results that I'm trying to prove. Now, this is a square. This is equal to this, this is equal to this, this is equal to this. The first result that is mentioned in your book is angle subtended by n-sided regular polygon. A regular polygon implies that any polygon whose sides are equal. Polygon means any figure with more than three sides, that is a polygon. A regular polygon implies that the sides are equal. So angle subtended by n-sided regular polygon at center is 360 degree by n. So if I have this square, again it is a polygon which has sides 4. The angle subtended by this regular polygon at center is 360 degree by n. This means see this chord. This polygon is actually consisting of these four chords. Now each chord is subtending an angle of 90 degree at the center. Now this is obvious because this total angle is 360 degree, because this is a regular polygon. All these angles will be equal. This angle would be equal to this angle, would be equal to this angle, this would be equal to this angle. Now if I divide this by 4, that each angle would be 90 degree. So a square subtends a 90 degree at the center. This is result 1. Also remember that this OB is equal to OA is equal to OD is equal to OC is equal to R. Just remember this. Now when I come to this, again this is a regular polygon, this is actually an equilateral triangle. Three sides, all sides are equal. This whole of this angle, whole of this angle would be 360 degree because it's a regular polygon. Each chord, now each side of this equilateral triangle, each side of this equilateral triangle is also a chord of the circle. I hope you are able to understand this. Each side of this equilateral triangle is also the chord of the circle. So each angle is 120 degree. Again, the logic is obvious. 360 degree. These are three angles: one angle, two angle, three angle. Divide by three would be equal to 120 degree. Now, if we come to this one, this is a polygon with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So it's a hexagon. Again, each individual angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle. All these angles are the angles subtended by this chord at the center. All the chords are actually sides of the polygon. This angle 60 degree can be mentioned as the angle subtended by the chord as well as the angle subtended by the arc. The logic is the same. So each angle is 60 degree because 360 divided by 6. These are 6 angles divided by 6. So each angle is 60 degree. Again, all these sides, if I name this as, okay, let us name this as A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, all the sides are equal. All the angles subtended at the center are equal. All these OF is equal to OA is equal to OB is equal to OC is equal to OD is equal to OE is actually the radius of the circle. I hope this is obvious. Then we come to this fourth figure. It has 5 sides. It is a pentagon which is drawn in a circle. Again, we can name this as A, B, C, D, E. Now, the sides of the pentagon are the chords of the circle. The chords also form these arcs. And the chord as well as arc subtend an angle of 72 degree. How did I get 72 degree? This whole angle is 360 degree. 360 degree divided by equal halves because it's a regular polygon divided by 5 is equal to 72 degree. Okay. So one thing which is obvious from this, uh, you know, these figures is that if the arcs are equal. Now let us see. See again, another thing that you need to understand is the sides are equal. If you see this, the sides are equal. This side is equal to this side, is equal to this side, is equal to this side. And an interesting thing which is happening is that the chords, this chord, this chord, this chord, this chord, there will be 4 equal chords. And if you are understanding the logic, because the radius is r, the circumference is 2 pi r, the length of each chord would be 2 pi r by 4. I hope this is clear. Now, again, if you see this figure, there are 3 chords. There are 3 chords. This is a 1 chord. This is the second chord. This is the third chord. Again, the radius. I've told you that these are equal circles. Again, each arc, this arc would be of length 2 pi r by 3. I hope the logic is clear. If I come to this, again it's a hexagon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chords. There are 6 chords, and each these are arcs. I think by mistake I am calling them chords. So length of each arc would be 2 pi r by 4. Length of each arc would be 2 pi r by 3. Length of each arc in this case would be 2 pi r by 6. Again, I have how many? The number of sides, basically the number of sides of the polygon, a regular polygon, is equal to the number of chords is equal to the number of arcs.
So again in this circle what I see is that length of each arc is equal to 2 pi r by 5. How did I get 2 pi r? 2 pi r is the circumference of circle. Circle or circles, because all the radius are equal, so therefore each will have a circumference of 2 pi r. Now why do I require all these figures? I require all these figures to show you a basic point, that angle subtended by arc at center is 60 degree. Now I'll show you which polygon was this. The 60 degree polygon was this one. So this was this polygon 3. Yeah. Now the angle subtended is 60 degree and the length of the arc was 2 pi r by 6. You can see this, 2 pi r by 6. Each arc is 2 pi r by 6. This 72 degrees is the one, is this one. This is circle 4. This is circle 4. This 90 degree is this one, square. And this 120 degree is this one, equilateral triangle. This is that circle 2. Now I hope
noticing that the length of the arcs are 2 pi r by 6, 2 pi r by 5, 2 pi r by 4, 2 pi r by 3. This was, if you understand, this is the square, this is the equilateral triangle, the 60 degree was the hexagon, the 72 degree was the pentagon. Now the length of the arc was 2 pi r by 6, 2 pi r by 5, 2 pi r by 4, 2 pi r by 3. Now if I take a ratio of the interior angle which they subtend at the center, if I take ratio of 60 to 72 degree, the ratio is 5:6. Again, if I take the ratio of the length of the arc, again 2 pi r by 6 divided by 2 pi r by 5 is equal to 5 by 6. If the ratio is 90 by 120, that is the ratio is 3 by 4. Again, if I take the ratio of the arc lengths, the ratio is again 3 by 4. If you want to take another example, let us say we take ratio of 72 degree is to 122 degree. So this one, 72 degree and 120 degree. If I cancel this by 12, 6 the 72, 12, 10, 2, 3 the 2, 5 the ratio of the interior angle is 3:5. Again, if I take the ratio of the arc lengths, it should be equal to 3 by 5, as is obvious from the by the conclusion. So that is why I took all this. I try to explain all this sort of boring uh, topic to you, because in your book this result is not proven. This result in your book is not proven. They have just mentioned that the ratio of the arc lengths, I repeat, ratio of the arc lengths is equal to the ratio of angles subtended by them at center. Now I'll be using this when I'll be solving questions. I'll be using this. So let's see what we have done. We started with this. We proved this theorem. Then we proved the corollary of this theorem. Then we took some time, I think around 10 odd minutes, 10-15 minutes, to prove this one. We use this result that the angle subtended at the center of a n-sided regular polygon is 360 degree by n. And then we use this exercise to prove this result, which is just mentioned in the book. We have proved this. I hope you were able to understand this. And now we'll start with the Now let's start with the exercise. Okay.
So the first question is that we have been given an equilateral triangle. So this is an equilateral triangle ABC, and we have to find angle BOC. Angle BOC. See, the whole purpose of spending a lot of time in this discussing these figures was that these figures would be helping us a lot in this solving the exercise 17C. So if you haven't been able to understand these figures, I'll request you to spend some more time to understand these figures and the angles. Okay. Now if it is an equilateral triangle, so this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Now we have discussed before that whole of this angle is 360 degree, because it's a regular polygon. So each interior angle, this angle would be 120 degree. I hope this is obvious. This is 120 degree, and this angle, this whole of this angle is 240. Now another thing that you need to understand is that this OB is equal to OC is actually the radius of the circle. So if this angle is 120 degree, if I consider this triangle, OBC, now in this triangle, this and this are equal, and I hope you will be able to see it now that if this is 120 degree, this is equal to this. So this is basically an isosceles triangle. Therefore this angle would be equal to this angle, and each angle would be equal to 30 degree. So it is 120 degree plus 30 degree plus 30 degree. I hope the answer is clear. So BOC is 120 degree and OBC is 30 degree. Okay, so let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is that ABCD is a square. Again, this equilateral triangle, this square are regular polygons. And I hope now it is clear that this angle is actually equal to 90 degree. The sides are equal, and I hope it is also clear that OB is equal to OC is equal to OD is equal to OA are actually the radii of the circle, all these are R. Okay, so BOC is obvious, is 90 degree. OCB, again if I consider this triangle, these two sides are equal. This side is equal to this side is the radius. So this is an isosceles triangle. Now if this is 90 degree, this angle and this angle would be 45 degree. These two angles would be equal to 45 degree. Why? 90 degree plus 45 degree plus 45 degree, 180 degree. So this is done. OCB is done. COD again is 90 degree. BOD. Now this is 90 degree. So whole of this is 180 degree. So BOD would be equal to 180 degree. Now there is a question which says that is BD the diameter? Now this is obviously the diameter. See, one thing that you can do is refer to a theorem that you will be doing in 10th class. What it says is, it's a pretty simple theorem. What it says is that a diameter will subtend an angle of 90 degree at the circle. So this is 90 degree. Now we know that this is 90 degree. Why? Because it's a square. So this line, which is the diagonal of the square, this line which is the diagonal of the square is also the diameter of the circle. I hope it is clear. Okay, let's come to question number 3. Yeah, one thing that I need to mention, my partner has a channel isequaltoklasses Shivan. So you can refer to this channel also. He has lot of videos pertaining to ICSE and CBSE class 9th and 10th. So you can refer to this channel also. Good number of videos are present here also. Okay. So question number 3. Question number 3 is a pretty interesting question. It says that AB is a side of a regular pentagon. AB is a side of a regular pentagon. I'm sorry. So this is a pentagon and this is a hexagon. Okay, so this side AB is of regular pentagon and this one is regular hexagon. Again, see, I am repeating myself again. Here also we have done. This was a 6-sided figure. This was a hexagon. 5-sided figure. This was a pentagon. And we have understood in this that hexagon will have a center angle at the center of 60 degree. Hexagon will have an angle of 60 degree, and this regular pentagon, this one will have an angle of 72 degree. So this is, we are able to derive this from this result. Okay. Now the question that is being asked is, now this is R. Just remember that these are the radius of the circle. The question that is being asked is, find AOB. That we have done. BOC, again we have done. AOC. Now this will be equal to 72 degree plus 60 degree. I hope this is clear. Equal to 132 degree. OBA. Again, if you follow this question, if you have understood these two questions, you will understand that this is an isosceles triangle. Again, this is 72 degree. This is 72 degree. So this angle would be equal to this angle. So 180 degree minus 72 degree, 108 degree divided by 2. So both these angles would be equal to 54 degree and 54 degree. I hope it is clear. Again, if I have to find, again extending the same argument, this will be an isosceles triangle. This will be an isosceles triangle. Now if this is 60 degree, this will be 60 degree. This will be 60 degree. Actually, this is not an isosceles, this is an equilateral triangle. So this will be 60 degree. So OBA is 54 degree. I hope it is clear. OBC is 60 degree. ABC is equal to 54 degree plus 60 degree is equal to 114 degree. Okay. So question number 4. Question number 4 says that arc AB and arc BC are equal in length. So this is a symbol that I am using for arc. Now the arcs are equal. This implies from our result that chord AB would be equal to chord BC. I hope it is clear. This chord will be equal to this chord, and this is radius, this is radius, and I hope it is also clear that once these two chords are equal, the angles subtended at the center are also equal. So if this is 48 degree, this will also be 48 degree, and again using these isosceles triangle again and again, this is an isosceles triangle, this is an isosceles triangle. So 180 degree minus 48 degree, 132 degree divided by 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 6 are 12, 66 degree. So this is 66 degree, this is 66 degree, this is 66 degree, this is 66 degree. I hope things are pretty clear.
Yes.
So BOC is 48 degree, OBC is 66 degree, AOC is 48 plus 48 is equal to 96 degree, and OAC now this is an interesting question. OAC, we'll have to spend some time here. OAC, to make some space, I'll erase this part. So this part, just spend some time to understand how I am doing this part, because we'll be using this technique in the next question also, in other questions also. So let's see this again. What the author asks us is find OAC. Now OAC, I'll redraw the figure and OAC. I join this line, this line. Now whole of this line, whole of this angle AOC is 96 degree. This whole is 96 degree. Now this side is equal to this side because they are radius. So again we have this isosceles triangle. Now if this is an isosceles triangle, so this angle would be equal to this angle, and what it would be, 180 minus 96 divided by 2. So each of these angles will be equal to 42 degree, 42 degree, 84 plus 96. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So question 5th is that length of arc AB and BC are in the ratio 3:2. So this arc, I'll just, this arc AB and arc BC, now they are in the ratio 3:2. What? And we have also been given this angle. Now we know this. We have done this detailed exercise that the ratio of the length of the arcs, are equal to the ratio of the angles subtended by the arc at the center. We have done a detailed exercise. So without further ado, what I will do is that if the length of the arc is 3:2, the angles would also be in the ratio of 3:2. I hope it is clear and it is obvious. Assume this to be theta. So if this AB is to BC is 3 is to 2, then the ratio of the angles would be 96 is to theta would also be equal to 3 is to 2. I hope it is clear. And when I solve this, 3 theta is equal to 2 into 96 and theta is equal to 2 into 32. So theta is equal to 64 degree. So this is equal to 64 degree. So BOC is 64 degree and ABC, this whole angle. Actually in your textbook what they have done is they have joined this ABC, they have joined this. So I have found BOC 64 degree, and as is obvious, again the same funda, that this is an isosceles triangle. So if this is an isosceles triangle, now I understand that why, because this is radius, this is radius, this is radius, so all these are equal. So OAB is a isosceles triangle. This is 96 degree, so I am left with 180 minus 96 degree. 10 6 are 4 7 9 8 divide by 2. So these two angles are 42 degree and 42 degree. Again, if this is 64 degree, this angle is 64 degree, I am left with 180 minus 64. 10 4 6 7 6 1 divide by 2. 2 5 the 8 the, so this is 58 degree and this is 58 degree. I hope things are okay. So this whole angle ABC would be equal to 42 degree plus 58 degree is equal to 100 degree. I hope things are clear. Okay, let us see question number 6. Now in question number 6, AB is equal to BC is equal to DC. These chords are equal. These chords are equal. Now because the chords are equal, this chord AB is subtending an angle of 50 degree at the center. So by theorem which I have proved before, this is 50 degree, this is 50 degree, this is 50 degree, this is clear. And I hope another thing which would be clear is that if this is 50 degree, again same thing, all these angles are equal. All these angles are equal because all these are radii, and 180 minus 50 degree divide by 2, all these angles are 65 degree. So AOC is 100 degree. AOD is 150 degree. BOD is 100 degree. OAC. Now this is an interesting question. And ODA. These two are interesting. Let us do these. OAC. Let me make some space here. Make some space here. Okay. OAC. So if I join this, I hope you are able to see this line. Now this triangle is again an isosceles triangle. Which triangle? This AOC, because this radii are equal. Now this whole triangle is an isosceles triangle because this side is equal to this side, and whole of this angle is 100 degree. So same logic, this will be 40 degree, this will be 40 degree. So OAC will be 40 degree and ODA, ODA. Okay, now I'll need this OD and this, whole of this. Now if I redraw this, I hope now things are getting easier. This is a bit bigger triangle, but the logic is same. This radius is same. This is ODA. So this is ODA. This angle, this whole angle is 150 degree. So I'm left with 30 degree only. So this is 15 degree. This is 15 degree. So angle ODA would be equal to 15 degree. I hope it is clear. Next question. In next question, question number 7th, AB is the side of a regular hexagon. So this is a regular hexagon. Now as we understand, this is a hexagon. So the angle subtended by this hexagon at the center will be equal to 360 degree by hexa matlab 6. So this angle will be 60 degree. Now this and this are equal. They are anyways equal. They are radii. Now if this is 60 degree, this implies that this is an equilateral triangle. I hope it is clear. And AC is the side of a regular 8-sided polygon. 8-sided polygon implies that this is an octagon. So the angle subtended by this chord AC, because AC is the side of a regular octagon, so the angle subtended here will be equal to 360 degree by n. For octagon, n is 8, so this will be equal to 8 4 the 32, 8 5 the 40, 45 degrees. This side is equal to this side. So AOB is 60 degree. AOC is 45 degree. BOC again I need to join this.
Is 105 degree. This whole angle is 105 degree. This side is equal to this side. I can see that again this is an isosceles triangle. So this angle will be equal to 180 minus 105, 75 divided by 2. So BOC will be equal to 2 3 to 6 37.53. I hope it is clear. And OBC is again 37.5 degree. Okay. So let us come to the last question of this exercise. O is the center of the circle. Length of arc AB is twice of length of arc BC. So ratio of this to this is 2:1. Arc AB is twice of BC. So this will be 2 and this will be 1. So the same ratio would be followed by the angles also. So this will be 100 degree. This will be 50 degree. So BOC is 50 degree. OAC again, if I join this whole is a isosceles triangle, because this and this are radius. This angle is whole of this angle. This is 150 degree. So I remain with 30 degree, which I'll distribute here and here. So this angle will be equal to 15 degree. This angle will be equal to 15 degree. So OAC will be equal to 15 degree. So in the next lecture, we'll do problems from exercise 17D. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and you will also see other lectures from my playlist, as well as my partner's playlist. All the playlist addresses are mentioned in the description. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.